Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and in this video I'm going to highlight a few pictures for you guys. It's something I find really amusing, and it's something I think all the other guys from my generation, all the guys in their 30s, and even the women watching this in their 30s can identify with, who just kind of observe the current online fitness and bodybuilding subculture and the ideas that people have now about what's considered to be an attractive physique, because all of us grew up in an era to where the people who were known for their physiques were the WWF wrestlers. Professional wrestlers on television that we saw on TV every single week. They were superstars. All the kids knew who they were. Women worshiped them as sex icons. These men were the most famous people in the world, or at least in the United States, at least that I'm aware of, who were noted for their physiques. No one knew who bodybuilders were other than Arnold Schwarzenegger for the most part. And these men, looking the way they looked, were considered to be sex icons. They were considered to have extremely impressive physiques, but by the standards of current bodybuilding, they would just be considered fat, out of shape guys. A lot of people would even look at them and go, they look like a bunch of fat powerlifters. They're not even shredded. They're not ripped. Now, as time went on in wrestling, you did see more and more guys get a bit leaner as standards changed over time. But even then, it never reached anywhere near what this subculture online seems to consider to be impressive or attractive. And it's just interesting to those of us from a different generation to observe this change, as if this emaciated look is somehow supposed to be attractive, when we were taught, and I'm not saying this is healthy either, please don't get me wrong, and I'm saying that a lot of these guys have particularly healthy or fitness-oriented physiques entirely either. They're strong, they're big, but their total body weight is probably higher than it should be, and they're all on drugs, obviously. The WWF is well known for a lot of guys getting popped for even selling anabolics and everything. So the drug use was very, very widespread, and abuse was widespread. And they did bulk and go to higher body weights. With BMIs, it would be considered to be obese, even had they been leaner. So I don't want people to think that I'm trying to claim that these are healthy or fit, but we're talking about just the shift in image that this whole emaciated look has taken over just in very recent years. Probably didn't even take over till I was into my 30s already on the internet. When we grew up, my whole generation, and even guys up to a decade younger than me, we were taught by the media, by the entertainment industry, that this is what real manly men looked like, were these guys. And it's just funny when you compare that, what we were taught in a different generation by the media, by what you see in this whole different subculture online today, which is, again, all about working out, all about supposedly fitness, and realistically it's just about drugs at this point. But we were taught that something very different was manly versus what is taught now. And it's just interesting, and I'm not saying either one is right or wrong, but what I'm saying is that there's a dramatic contrast in the last maybe 5 to 10 years just in this internet subculture, which, again, the mainstream doesn't even accept, by the way. So again, if you think the shredded, emaciated look is aesthetic or anything else, keep in mind you are in a minority. You're part of a subculture that sees it that way. The majority of people out there don't. Mainstream, including even women, don't see it that way. But it's just interesting to compare the two as far as what people are being taught in different generations by essentially the fitness world, because for a lot of us, this was our initial exposure to fitness and working out and any sort of idea of what a masculine physique was supposed to look like. And so it's just interesting to observe and compare the contrast between the two without trying to say, hey, which one is right or wrong. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.